Okay, so now we're going to transition to talking about the pharmacy admissions process and what that entails. It is important that you keep in mind that consistency is key. We want to make sure that we're communicating everything clear and concise and consistent, because we don't want one family to share with another family that they had gotten inconsistent information, or be brainstorming or collaborating on information they received, and then there's a disconnect. That is what we're trying to prevent. So that is why we're going with a blanket presentation. And so right now I'm going to talk to you and go through the pharmacy admissions actual presentation, and then we'll talk afterwards, and I will be happy to answer any questions. Okay, so we're going to do this as if I am presenting to the masses, to a group of prospective students. So I'm going to talk in layman's terms through this entire presentation. And I want you to keep in mind to take notes, so that way when you are giving this presentation, it is consistent. Okay, so welcome to the University of Findlay College of Pharmacy. We're so excited to have you. I'm going to walk you through the admissions process and answer any questions that you may have. So the big thing to understand is the different types of pharmacy programs that are out there in the country. So the first type would be a 2-4 program. And what a 2-4 program is you do 2 years of pre-pharmacy, you apply and interview for the last 4 years of the professional program. And something to keep in mind about those is there is a PCAT requirement. And what a PCAT is a standardized test for pharmacy schools to kind of measure aptitude and to measure your knowledge of basic pharmacy curriculum that you would have learned in a pre-pharmacy program. And the other thing to keep in mind is there is no guarantee that you will gain admissions to that program. So even though you may be going to a school and you're enrolled in their pre-pharmacy program, there's no guarantee. So in the state of Ohio, 2 programs that have a pre-pharmacy or a 2-4 program that includes pre-pharmacy would be the University of Toledo and the University of Cincinnati. Then there are 4-4 programs where you do 4 years of a bachelor's degree in usually the sciences, and then you apply and interview for the last 4 years of the professional program. So it's a total of 8 years. Again, a PCAT is required, and there is no guarantee for admission. And an example of one of those programs would be Ohio State. Ohio State is an 8-year program. Then there are 0-6 programs. We target high school seniors. You apply and you interview, and you gain admission up front. You gain admission as a high school senior. There is no PCAT required, and your offer is a guaranteed seat. Examples of 0-6 programs in the state of Ohio would be the University of Findlay and Ohio Northern. So the benefits, again, of a 0-6 program are you are guaranteed your seat. There's no pressure to beat out other students, so you're not competing. You're there to collaborate and graduate, work together. That is what our philosophy here is at Findlay. So the admissions process, let's talk about this. We're going to go through it step by step. You're going to apply to the University of Findlay, and you can do that one of 3 ways. You can apply through Common Application, the Common App. A lot of people do that because it's one application for all the schools that you're probably going to be applying to. You can do the University of Findlay Direct application, which is right on the website. It is free. Or you can do Pharm Direct. Pharm Direct is the application system for all 0-6 programs in the country. It's like Common App for pharmacy school. You can do it. There is a small fee for that application. It's not commonly used. Our commonly used applications are Common App or the University of Findlay Direct application. Step 2, you're going to send us your transcripts, your official high school transcripts that have your final junior grades posted on them. And you're going to send us your ACT and SAT scores. And we want you to send every attempt at the ACT and SAT. We will super score it. So we'll take your highest subsections for each of those tests. But we will not combine ACT and SAT subscores. It'll just be strictly ACT, your best subsections, or strictly your SAT best subsections. Step 3 is to qualify. You need a 3.0 cumulative high school GPA with no grade below a C. You need a 23 on each section of the ACT and a 530 or a 530 on each section of the SAT. And again, we do super score that. Step 4 is to apply or turn in your pharmacy supplemental application. So once you qualify through your ACT and your GPA, we will then send you your supplemental pharmacy application, which is due back by December 31st, and you need to sign up for your pharmacy interview. An interview is required as part of your admissions process. So you're going to sign up for your interview day. The first one is at the end of September. You're going to have a one-on-one interview with a pharmacy faculty or staff member. You're going to write an essay for us, and then we will also have financial aid appointments available. So that is kind of what the interview process looks like. Pretty simple, pretty laid back, pretty easy, and we'll have all your questions answered. The reason we provide financial aid appointments during that interview is so that when you do receive an offer from us, you have all the information you need to make a great informed decision. So how is a decision made? Since we were just talking about that, we look for a well-rounded student. We look for somebody who has strong math and science skills. You're involved in high school activities and organizations, community service. We look for all of those leadership type of skills. The selection is based on your interview essay that you're going to write during your interview, and your application, and also your academic records. You will be notified through the mail officially of your acceptance, but I will call you personally and let you know if you've gained admission or not as soon as I know. We typically try to turn a decision around within 20 days of your interview, and your deposit, if you should gain acceptance, is due by May 1st. That is a national deadline, and you should expect your letter to come in the mail roughly 20 days after your interview. But I'll call you first and let you know. We do accept AP and College Credit Plus credits. If you have specific questions on what classes will transfer, you can go to the registrar's website for the University of Findlay, and I have included that link here. So the length of our pharmacy program is we are a 6-year program. The first 2 years are your pre-pharmacy, general education courses, and your science courses. The third year is your first professional year, and it's your introductory to the pharmacy curriculum. The 4th and 5th year are your module years. We really dive deep into pharmacy, and it's kind of broken up by sections of the body. So you'll have like a respiratory module, you'll have a renal module, cardiac module, and it goes really in depth. They'll teach your therapeutic units and your therapeutic units for that portion of the body. So it's very robust and intense, but also very important for you to know as a pharmacist. Then your 6th year, you're on clinical rotation. You spend 9 months out and away from the University of Findlay at sites that have been selected for you based on what you're looking to do after graduation. So the benefits of the University of Findlay pharmacy program is we are a 0 to 6 direct entry program. We accept 72 students in each class, which gives us 7-to-1 student-teacher ratio within the College of Pharmacy. We have obviously small class sizes. We are more of a discussion versus lecture-based program. Our hub site model, which is your 6-year rotations, which I will discuss in a minute in detail. We have a 98% passage rate on the national boards and 100% placement rate in either a job or residency up to 6 months after graduation. Our My First Patient lab is where you take a 5th-year student and they're assigned to a 3rd-year student. And the 5th-year student teaches the 3rd-year student how to do a general assessment on a patient. So blood pressure, general physical check, heartbeat, all of that good stuff, BMI, weight. So it's just general assessment. We have multiple degree options. You can do a dual degree while you're here getting your PharmD. You can do a dual degree. You can have an associate degree in equestrian studies. There is a Bachelor of Science in forensic science. So you can either do DNA serology or toxicology. There's 2 different pathways with that forensic science degree. You can do a master's in business administration or a master's in health informatics. We have a mentoring program here at Findlay. So once you accept your offer to the University of Findlay College of Pharmacy, we will connect you with an upperclassman in our program, and they will be there to kind of help you transition to the program, get acclimated with the college, and just be there as general support as you go through the program. And our professors still practice as pharmacists. I think 78% of them still are out in the field actually being pharmacists when they're not here teaching at the university. So they're bringing the latest and greatest from the field into the classroom, which is imperative because pharmacy is always changing. Let's talk about tuition and fees. A rough estimate of the tuition and fees are laid out here. You'll notice that the pharmacy tuition itself is a little over $42,000. Your room is almost $5,000, as well as your board. Your general fees for technology, things of that nature, student activity fees, is roughly $990, which gives you a grand total of budget $53,000. It's a little under $53,000. There is a ton of financial aid assistance, merit scholarships, and grants that you can apply for by contacting financial aid. A lot of it is based on your FAFSA and your GPA and ACT scores from high school. There is a $50 fee that obviously goes into the application for pharmacy school. So there is a pharmacy application fee of $50. And there is a $500 seat deposit fee. However, that seat deposit fee, as long as you come for your first day of class, will get redeposited back into your student account. We do not keep that. The only fee we keep is your application fee of $50. If you have questions about what you could qualify for, the university has a transparency initiative for financial aid. You can visit our total degree cost calculator on our website, and it will walk you through some things that you may qualify for that you weren't aware of. You can play with it. You can tweak things. It's all confidential. We don't collect any of that information, but it's a great tool for parents to use to kind of see how much college is going to cost, especially for a 6-year program. I suggest when you doing that before your student comes for their interview, print that out and bring it to your financial aid appointment so that financial aid can talk you through everything that was included on that report. So campus housing, you are required to live on campus your first 2 years. After your first 2 years, as long as you have enough credits, you can move off campus and be a commuter. But campus life is happening. It's a lot of fun. I personally lived on campus and loved it. I had a great experience. I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's just a great way to really get to know your classmates and the people that you're going to school with, because you need to have a social. There's a social aspect to college. It's not just all about curriculum. Yeah, that's probably 95% of it, but you also need to have a social life, and that's a very important part of personal growth and growing up, if you will. So you can go right on our housing part of our website and see all the different housing options that Findlay has to provide. There are lots of them. So the University of Findlay College of Pharmacy is fully accredited by ACPE, the Accrediting Council for Pharmacy Education. It is public record, so you can go on there and look at any school's current accreditation status. Feel free to look that up. I encourage you to visit. It's always so important to visit. You can visit us multiple times. You can do your initial visit, a second visit, or a final visit to kind of see if Findlay is the right fit for you when you have your offer. If you do a final visit and you'd like to sit in on classes, please give me a call and let me know. I'd love to hook you up with a pharmacy student that will take you to classes for the day. because that is an important part of it, knowing what you're going to get yourself into. So feel free to let us know if you'd like to do that as well. This is your admissions team. You have Madeline from the admissions office, but you have me right in the College of Pharmacy working with you every step of the way to get you to that first day of class. Pharmacy summer camp. If you are a junior in the room and you're kind of on the fence about if pharmacy is a career path for you, I encourage you to check out our pharmacy summer camp. You will get to see me there because I am pharmacy camp is near and dear to my heart. I love it. That application goes live January 1st. Those are the prospective dates. It's always usually the last week of June. We do run just one big summer camp. It's roughly a week long. It is overnight, and we have a lot of fun. You will get to do everything from compounding to dosing to visiting a retail pharmacy, getting to talk to pharmacists, learning about emergency room, pharmacy care, all of the good stuff, special topics, chemical dependency, everything. So you will get exposed to a lot. So do you have any questions? Parents, any questions? Okay, so as you can see, that was a overview of what an admissions presentation looks like to a group or a family that is coming for a visit, or they may be here for a visit day. You can see that it's pretty much outlined on the PowerPoint. I hope you took notes so that way when you do meet with prospective families, you know kind of the talking points and you're comfortable with the information. This presentation is meant to keep everything clear and concise and consistent. I hope you got a lot out of that. And when we get back from break, we'll go over the curriculum. And there is a similar presentation that goes over all of the curriculum and the talking points that are included with that. So we will take a short break.